Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to have you here. Today, we'll be exploring by Roy's Pathfinder, focusing on an introduction to social work. On this first slide, we set the stage with a warm welcome and a quick overview. We'll be discussing what social work is, its importance, and what you can expect to learn throughout this session. So let's get started and enjoy the journey into the world of social work together. Social work is a professional activity that focuses on helping vulnerable, oppressed, or impoverished people meet their needs. It's about more than just providing immediate assistance. It's about empowering individuals and communities to improve their circumstances. Key concepts in social work include social justice, which is all about striving for fairness and equality in society. Then there's the person and environment perspective, which reminds us to consider how a person's environment impacts their well-being and behavior. Ethics are also fundamental. They guide us to act responsibly and with integrity in all our interactions. Social work operates on three main levels of practice. The micro level focuses on individuals, working directly with people to address their specific needs. The mezzo level involves groups, supporting families, teams, or communities to foster change. And finally, the macro level looks at policy and systemic change, aiming to improve social structures and advocate for broader social justice. All these elements come together to form a holistic approach, which is central to the overall theme of this presentation, highlighting how social work is about creating positive, lasting change at every level of society. Now, let's look at some of the key objectives of social work. First, empowerment. This is all about helping individuals improve their own lives and become more self-sufficient. It's about giving people the tools and confidence they need to take control of their circumstances. Next, social justice. This involves advocating against discrimination, poverty, and inequality to create a fairer society for everyone. Then we have social functioning, which focuses on helping people connect with resources and navigate complex social systems. They shouldn't feel lost or overwhelmed when seeking help. Support and care are also central. They mean providing counseling and emotional support to individuals and families, especially children or those facing crises. Finally, systemic change is about influencing policies and making social institutions more responsive to the needs of the community. All these objectives are interconnected and reflect our overall goal: to promote well-being and social equity through dedicated action. Now, let's take a look at the scope of social work across different areas. In the realm of clinical and mental health, social workers play a vital role by providing therapy, addiction treatment, and crisis intervention. This means helping individuals navigate mental health challenges, supporting recovery from addiction, and stepping in during emergencies to offer immediate assistance. Moving on to child, family, and school services, social workers offer a wide range of support, including adoption services, foster care, and child protection. They also work within educational settings to provide counseling, helping students and families address emotional and behavioral issues. Finally, in medical and healthcare settings, social workers support patients and their families through discharge planning, ensuring they understand and manage their care after leaving the hospital. They also facilitate support groups and provide patient education, helping people cope with health challenges and make informed decisions. Overall, these areas highlight how social work is deeply involved in improving well-being across diverse populations, connecting people to the resources and support they need at critical moments in their lives. Now, let's look at some of the key areas within social work. First, community organization and development. This involves managing community programs, which are essential for improving local quality of life. It also includes disaster relief efforts, where social workers play a critical role in helping communities recover after crises. Strengthening local resources is another vital aspect, ensuring communities have the tools and support they need to thrive. Moving on, criminal justice and correctional work focus on working within courts, probation, and rehabilitation facilities. Here, social workers support individuals involved in the justice system, helping them navigate the process and work towards positive change. Then there's social policy and administration. This area is about researching and developing social policies that address societal needs. It also involves implementing these policies effectively and managing nonprofit organizations that deliver vital social services. Finally, we have specialized areas, which serve specific populations such as the LGBTQ+ community, immigrants and refugees, the elderly, and rural communities. Each of these areas requires tailored approaches to meet unique challenges and ensure comprehensive support. Together, these diverse domains highlight the broad scope of social work and its vital role in fostering healthier, more resilient communities. Now, let's talk about some of the key roles within social work and how they contribute to the overall mission. First, we have the case manager or broker. Their main job is to connect clients with essential services, things like housing, healthcare, and financial aid. They act as a bridge, making sure people get the support they need to improve their lives. Next, we have the counselor or therapist. These professionals provide mental health support, crisis intervention, and therapeutic counseling. They work with individuals, families, or groups to help them navigate emotional challenges and foster resilience. Then there's the educator. Their role is to teach coping skills, spread awareness about health issues, and educate communities about social problems. Education is a powerful tool for prevention and empowerment. We also have the community organizer. Their job is to facilitate community development and mobilize people to address issues like crime or poverty through collective action. They help build stronger, more resilient communities from within. Finally, we have the administrator or agent of change. These individuals develop programs, manage staff, and work within agencies to improve how services are delivered. They ensure that the system functions smoothly and effectively to serve those in need. All these roles are interconnected and vital. Together, they form a comprehensive approach to social work, focusing on empowerment, support, and systemic change to make a real difference in people's lives. Now, let's take a look at the various functions of social work. First, we have the curative or remedial function. This is all about addressing existing problems. It involves rehabilitating individuals who may have physical or social disabilities, helping them regain independence and improve their quality of life. It also includes crisis intervention, which means stepping in quickly to assist those facing urgent issues. Next, there's the preventive function. This is about being proactive rather than reactive. Social workers work to prevent social problems before they even arise. Examples include family planning initiatives and public education campaigns that aim to reduce issues like poverty, health problems, or social unrest before they develop. Then we have the developmental function. This is focused on growth and empowerment, helping individuals and communities improve themselves. Through education, skill-building programs, and economic initiatives, social work promotes personal development and strengthens community capacity. Finally, there's the correctional or social reform aspect. Here, social workers are involved in reforming systems such as prisons and probation services. They also advocate for policy changes to better support vulnerable populations, ensuring that social justice and fairness are at the forefront. Altogether, these functions show how social work is a comprehensive field, addressing problems, preventing issues, fostering growth, and advocating for systemic change, all aimed at improving people's lives and creating healthier communities. Let's take a closer look at some core values of social work. First, service. This means that social workers put the needs of others above their own self-interest. We use our knowledge and skills not just to help individuals, but to address larger social problems. It's about making a real difference in people's lives. Next is social justice. Social workers are champions for fairness. We challenge social injustice wherever we see it, advocating for vulnerable, oppressed, or marginalized groups. Our goal is to create equality and ensure everyone has access to necessary resources. Finally, dignity and worth of the person. Every individual deserves to be treated with respect, care, and compassion. We recognize and value differences among people and support their right to self-determination. These values are fundamental to how we approach our work and connect with those we serve, aligning closely with the overall mission of social work to promote dignity, justice, and well-being for all. Now, let's talk about the importance of human relationships. Social workers understand that relationships are powerful tools for change. They serve as vehicles that engage people and communities, helping them to grow, heal, and thrive. Building genuine connections is at the heart of effective social work because it fosters trust and opens the door for meaningful progress. Next, let's discuss integrity. As social workers, acting honestly, responsibly, and ethically is fundamental. These qualities help us build trust with the people we serve and create a safe environment where growth can happen. Integrity isn't just about doing the right thing, it's about embodying professionalism in everything we do. Finally, we have competence. It's crucial that social workers practice within their areas of expertise. We must continually strive to increase our knowledge and skills so we can provide the best support possible. Staying competent ensures that we meet the needs of those we serve effectively and ethically. Together, these values, relationship, integrity, and competence, are essential to our role as social workers. They guide us in making a positive impact and uphold the integrity of the profession. Now, let's talk about some core principles that guide our professional practice in social work. First, acceptance. This means we accept our clients exactly as they are, including their strengths and weaknesses. It's about meeting them without judgment and showing genuine respect for their unique journey. Next is individualization. Every person is truly one of a kind, so we recognize and honor their individuality. Instead of stereotyping or making assumptions, we treat each client as a distinct individual with their own experiences and needs. Then we have purposeful expression of feelings. Creating a safe space is crucial, where clients feel comfortable expressing their emotions honestly and freely. This openness helps in building trust and understanding, which are essential for effective support. These principles, acceptance, individualization, and purposeful expression, serve as fundamental guidelines for how we act professionally. They remind us to approach each client with empathy, respect, and a commitment to their unique story. Together, they help us provide more compassionate and effective care in our practice. Let's talk about some core principles that guide our practice as social workers. First, controlled emotional involvement. This means we need to maintain professional objectivity and empathy. It's important to connect with clients on a human level, but we must avoid slipping into sympathy or over-identifying with their experiences. Staying balanced helps us serve their best interests effectively. Next is a non-judgmental attitude. We should always avoid blaming clients for their problems. Instead, our role is to listen and support without judgment, recognizing that everyone's situation is complex and unique. Self-determination is another key principle. We must respect the client's right to make their own decisions and choices. Our job is to facilitate their autonomy, empowering them to take control of their lives. And finally, confidentiality. Protecting our clients' privacy is fundamental. Any information they share with us should remain confidential within the professional relationship, fostering trust and safety. All of these principles, emotional regulation, non-judgment, respect for autonomy, and confidentiality, are essential because they uphold the integrity of our practice and ensure we're working ethically and effectively. When we talk about worth and dignity, it's essential to remember that every individual, no matter their situation, inherently possesses worth and dignity. This isn't something that can be earned or lost. It's a fundamental human quality. No matter where someone is in life, they deserve respect and compassionate treatment simply because they are human. Moving on to social justice and equality, this is at the core of our profession. We are committed to promoting social change, working toward a society where suffering is reduced and everyone has fair access to resources and opportunities. This is especially important for vulnerable, disadvantaged, and marginalized groups who often face systemic barriers. The philosophy of social work is rooted in humanitarian values, emphasizing compassion, respect, and a deep commitment to helping people improve their lives. It's about more than just providing services. It's about advocating for fairness and dignity in every aspect of life. Together, these principles form the foundation of what we do, striving to create a more just and equitable society where every person's worth is recognized and respected. Let's explore some core principles of the philosophy of social work. First, individual freedom and responsibility. This means recognizing that each person has the right to make their own choices, which is often referred to as self-determination. But it's also important to emphasize that with that freedom comes the potential for growth. When individuals are empowered to choose their paths, they can develop and improve their lives. Next, interdependence reminds us that we are all connected. People and their environment are intertwined. Our well-being depends on these relationships, and fostering a mutually beneficial connection benefits both society and individuals. It's about understanding that no one exists in isolation. We thrive together. Finally, empowerment is about equipping people, whether individuals, groups, or communities, with the skills and resources they need to become self-sufficient. It's not just about helping in the short term, but fostering long-term independence and resilience. When we focus on empowerment, we're supporting people to take control of their lives and reach their full potential. All these principles, respect for choice, interconnectedness, and empowerment, align with the overall goal of social work: to promote dignity, growth, and a healthier society for everyone. Thank you for your attention today. If you'd like to stay connected and follow our updates, you can find us on Facebook at Roy's Pathfinder Network. We also welcome you to reach out via email at roypriya3004@gmail.com if you have any questions or need further information. Remember, we're here to support you on your journey, so don't hesitate to contact us. And of course, follow us so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos and content. Thank you once again for being part of this presentation. We look forward to staying connected with you.